What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back out with another of the CHRIS Watts videos. Today we're going to take a little break from Nicole Kessinger because I want to look into CHRIS Watts, Ronnie Watts, the discussion they had after Chris obviously bombed his polygraph. Now there's been a discrepancy up in the air about what they actually are talking about because you really can't hear between Chris mumbles, Ronnie. You know how Ronnie talks. It's kind of a little jumbled up. He's got that North Carolina kind of accent. So this video has been enhanced. I'm also going to put on closed captioning so we can hopefully hear a little bit more of exactly what he says. Some people are like, I haven't even seen this actual conversation take place. I wish also we had the conversation or knew what Chris and Ronnie talked about in the truck, or not in the truck, but in the car from the airport to the actual law office or police office. I would surely love to know what went on in there, but we're going to look into this, not interview, but the conversation between Chris and Ronnie after he had failed the polygraph test. Now, before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the wiper icon down the bottom right, hit the bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wokey myself has posted that video, or posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I truly appreciate all of you guys. Hopefully one day we'll hit that 100K goal. But until that time, we're going to keep going down the rabbit hole as much as we can until there's nothing left, or NK is hopefully rested, knock on wood. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Also, we're looking at Footsteps murder video. Make sure you guys go over there, give them some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share, and let's get into the video.
Link to Don Joe's channel is in the description.
I'll post that link in the description too.
Hey Chris, we're going to have we're going to send you, okay? Sure. Can you leave us in there? No? Yes. Sure. No. Don't listen along anything, or polygraph failed it. Yeah, because there's just too much emotions.
Just to let you know, you have to fail with a -4 to actually successfully fail. He failed with a -18. So that just puts in things in perspective.
So, I mean, they're not going to let me go. Is there any reason why they shouldn't? Well, it's another thing. They know I had an affair.
Well, hold on. What did he just say?
Is there any reason why they shouldn't?
Is there a reason why they shouldn't?
Well, it's another thing.
No, they knew I had an affair. They know I came clean about that. The way that he says this, it's like Ronnie knew about the affair. Am I wrong? Chris, no, they know I had an affair. I came clean about that. I don't know if I'm just looking too far into it, or does it sound like he said it like Ronnie knew about it already? I'm just wondering.
They know I had an affair. And they know I can't think about that.
And all Ronnie says is, Not, son, are you kidding me? You had an affair?
Anybody had an affair?
Wait, I might need to slow this down.
Anybody had an affair?
They knew you had an affair.
Anything else?
So Ronnie knew about it?
face no more. It was emotional and told her about separation and everything like that. What happened after that? I ran up and downstairs and I don't want to protect her. What? I don't want to protect her.
I don't want to protect her. Why is he talking like present tense? Like I don't want to protect her. Shouldn't he have said, I didn't want to protect? I don't know if I'm looking too far into the dialogue, but I just feel like I don't know.
I don't know what else to say. She heard him, yeah. And well, no, that's not her. Your girl. Did they leave after that for a long time? So she started her games. Paper. Oh, you guys want to
You can hear him.
I told him. I didn't hear anything. When I was downstairs, I came back up.
See, this is another part where people wanted to sit there and say I was making some BS up about the whole Chris didn't know how they died. This confirms it again because he says that they were choked. They weren't choked. They were smothered. Chris doesn't know how the girls died. He keeps saying choked. They were smothered. This is another one that shows this is the second verification that says that Chris doesn't know how they died.
They're gone. I don't know, like me talking to her about that. Talking to her about separation and everything, about like she lost it. I don't know like what else to say. Like I freaked out. I had it from her. Those are my kids. So she decided that one time you really knew this was going to work. And she freaked out over the separation all the time. She laid back down on the left side downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. And then we went back upstairs and she was never, I didn't see like, she was not, I'm choking her. Did she kill him?
See, again, they're saying choked. They were not choked. They were smothered.
They're blue. She choked both from the death. I forgot to say anything. I would say that.
I'm not going to lie. I do feel bad for Ronnie because I don't feel that Ronnie was... I think Ronnie was just kind of like the dad that just kind of sits back and just watches everybody and just kind of oversees and stuff. Doesn't put his input in. Doesn't have a temper and stuff like that. Just kind of sits and watches. I know he's got a past. We've heard about his past and stuff like that. But I kind of feel just a little bad for Ronnie. Just a little bit.
I think I might call the cops about it. So what did you call the cops off or something? I didn't know what else to do. I freaked out. I didn't know nothing else to do. I didn't know what to do. She killed Lucy Steve and took him to death. Choker or that's strange.
Shann was choked because they actually have the impression. They said that the thumb was on this side, or was it? Wait, I'm trying to remember. There was one. I can't remember if it was the right side. The right side had an impression of the thumb. That was just one, and then they had the 4 other fingers. He only had one hand on her. What was the other hand doing? Holding her down? Holding her arms? Like what? What? What do you say? Like in her heart. Like in her heart. The hell does that mean?
Like in her heart, I know she knew about.
She knew about the affair. She was waiting for me to say something and for me to deny it again. Well, she just lost it. Well,
she just was waiting for me to say something for me to.
I'm pretty sure 99% of the time people are going to freak out and lose it if they find out that their spouse is having an affair. So she wasn't wrong of how she acted.
I again, I think she just lost it. That's when she went off and told her about it. That's when the crying like happened.
CHRIS didn't cry. She did. Going away forever. They're gonna call you Pops, and your best friend's gonna be a mouse. You idiot. Oh, hold on. Apartment? What? So she lost it when you told her about our apartment, and you had. So she lost it when you told her about our apartment. Maybe that might be off a little bit. What do you think is being said right there? Because that doesn't make sense at all.
I didn't tell her how much. She just knew. She just knew. I can deny all I want. She just knew.
Yeah, she knew because she looked at the receipt from when you had your salmon and beer. She knew. She wasn't stupid.
well, I think she just knew, like, the affair was happening, but I just denied it. But you told her before on that separation.
Oh! What did he say? I thought you told her before that about the... Why would Ronnie say that? I thought you told her before that about the separation. Ronnie knew about the affair. I knew he knew about it.
On separation. But, you know, she was hoping to go to counseling or something. I didn't like the counseling.
Bet you wish you would have had that now.
She lost it. Another separation. Did she back with her?
I feel like they're building the story up together right here. She did it. Yep.
You know what, yeah. Just rambling. I don't want to talk to you. She lost a little separation. Pretty much knowing the affair was going on, but we just profusely denied it. I knew it. I had told her she more listening.
Whoa! She lost it over the separation.
Pretty much knowing the affair was
Pretty much knew the affair was going on, but we profusely denied it. So that Chris is talking about him and Shann. We never did. We never did? Mom had told us she always knew something was going on.
She actually killed both her children.
No, she didn't.
And you stabbed Shann.
This sounds staged. Like, why would you say it like that?
find it where. See what's in the window. And the range.
I really wish they didn't do this, but I feel that it's like tactic, but again, he just confessed. So I hate that Tammy does this, but again, she's probably a sincere woman that confronts this. This is how she probably is, but I hate that she does this. That's the last probably woman that touches you, besides the nurses.
Chris, help us not do this with you, okay? Will you tell us what you told your dad?
Oh, they already heard it, and they're probably like, yes, got it.
After that conversation, after that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, and I thought she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night was too much for just me.
She wasn't dumb.
She knew all I know. I told her I went to a Rockies game. I went out to bed. I went downstairs. And that's when you told her about the separation. Well, that was when I was upstairs in bed. Told her, what I wanted and go on the separation. And that's what I want. I went downstairs and started packing up a few things, and I heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. I continued this, on the thing, and get ready to get everything packed up.
I have spent hour after hour transcribing what is said between Chris and Ronnie. I know other creators have also done the same, but I am not hearing what they are saying they hear, hence why I have gone through and done this myself. I am not saying mine is correct by any means, this is just what I believe I hear.
Oh.
I will now add my thoughts to the parts that stand out to me. When Chris says, I don't want to protect her, I believe he is talking about Shanann. He's about to tell his dad she killed the girls. Please understand, I am not saying this is true. I am just commenting on what Chris is saying. He's telling his dad he doesn't want to protect her, and he is about to tell him what she has done, instead of protecting her by not saying anything. Ronnie asks Chris, did they leave after that or what happened? I think he is asking if Shanann left with the girls after Chris said he hurt her. He didn't hear when Chris said he had killed her, he only heard when Chris said I hurt her. At this point I don't think Ronnie is understanding, hearing correctly or taking in what is being said. Chris said, I don't know, like we talking to her about that. Chris said we. Not I but we. And not in him and Shanann as being the we, because he said we were talking to her, meaning him and someone else were talking to Shanann, so who else was there at that house, at that time for Chris to say we?
He does say we a few
The
times.
fact that Ronnie asked Chris, you were leaving and fixing to go to work, makes me think Chris was actually leaving Shanann that day. He couldn't have gone before because he was looking after the girls. Ronnie said leaving and fixing to go to work, two different things. Had it been just work he would have said, you were leaving to go to work or you were fixing to go to work. Leaving and fixing is two separate things, in my opinion. So was Chris actually planning on leaving Shanann when she got home? Is this also why Chris said it would be the last time he would be tucking the girls into bed? Not because he was gonna kill them, but because he was leaving. I wonder what Chris was going to say when he said, I hadn't. He never finished off what he was going to say. He was saying he killed
That does make sense. What if he said that was the last time I tucked them in? Not necessarily because they were going to be murdered, because in a little thing or little dissections that I've been doing, I feel that the girls weren't the intended target. They accidentally saw what had happened. So to be shushed, they had to be got rid of, which is unfortunate because those little girls deserve to be here. But the way that he says the choke part, he still doesn't know how they died.
Shanann over rage was his. I hadn't going to be planned it.
Because he said this twice, that they were choked. And then later on in the interview, what was it, back in February, he said that they were smothered after everything went down.
As the next words, I do wonder. Ronnie said. So she lost it when you told her about our apartment, and you had an affair? I cannot be 100% this is what Ronnie said, but it is what it sounds like to me, after listening to it repeatedly over a few days. If this is correct, then it seems like Ronnie had helped Chris get an apartment to move into away from Shanann, so he could leave, which from previous parts of the conversation it sounded like that is what he was going to do. If this is correct, then Ronnie knows more than he is saying, and I would like to question him.
She lost it when you told her about the apartment. So is this an apartment that they possibly helped him get?
On it to see if this is correct. He also seems unshocked regarding Chris's affair. In my opinion, he knows all about it, and I think he knew it was going on for a lot longer than we all know. Ronnie is also questioning if it was the fact Chris wanted the separation, or if he told Shanann about the affair that made her lose it. He doesn't seem to get which caused Shanann to go off. Ronnie is very much shocked at what he is hearing and visibly shocked as well. Not about the separation or affair, I think he knew about both of these, but he is shocked understandably over the deaths. Chris said, pretty much know the affair was going on, but we just profusely denied it. He is talking about Shanann, saying she knows the affair is going on, but then he says, we. Again a we. Who was there profusely denying with Chris that they were not having an affair? It can only be one person, the person who is having the affair with Chris, Nicole Kessinger. This shows me Kessinger and Shanann had obviously met. She can't profusely deny the affair to Shanann if she is not seeing her or at least speaking to her. By Chris saying we, it makes me believe they knew each other, otherwise Chris would have said, I profusely denied it. Ronnie also says Shanann always knew the affair was going on. Always sounds to me like a lot longer than 6 weeks. I believe
pretty much know the affair was going on, but we profusely denied it. Ronnie and Cindy knew about NK. They were getting him an apartment, and things went sideways.
I believe this affair was going on for at least the time from Kessinger searching Shanann and Chris. Ronnie cannot understand the fact Shanann always knew the affair was going on, but yet killed her children over finding out about it. With what he says, you can tell he just doesn't understand it. And that's why he was asking, was it the separation or the affair that made her lose it? Chris said to the detective, I went downstairs, started packing up a few things, heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it.
That's not what his watch tells us.
And get ready to get everything packed up. Chris started packing up a few things, and was getting ready to get everything packed up. He was leaving Shanann, 100% in my opinion. He was packing his belongings because he was leaving. That day, he was leaving her. Which to me shows the murders were not planned out like some think. So what could have happened? This is a major question for me. Did Shanann murder the girls, so Chris murdered her? Did Chris murder Shanann, and then the girls afterwards? What on earth happened? I believe this case should be reopened and all involved should be questioned again.
Yes.
If Shanann knew about the affair and Kessinger, then in my opinion so did her friends. She told them everything, which explains to me why the friends were so quick to ask for a welfare check on her. They knew she was battling in her marriage. And they were concerned because Shanann said she didn't know who Chris was anymore, and plus they knew she was depressed and maybe capable of hurting herself over her marriage problems. Ronnie and Cindy also knew about the affair and impending separation, hence why they got Chris to write the note that was left at their home after.
That is why they wrote it. Or they prepared that note. Oh.
After his visit.
That
He
makes
would have
total
told them
sense.
100%. They were scared Shanann might go off, so backed him up with a note in case she hurt him. So they thought that was possible from Shanann. Kessinger needs questioning again because this affair, I believe, was much longer than just the 6 weeks she is saying. She spoke or saw Shanann to be able to deny the affair to her. They are all lying or keep.
They should have looked at like Ronnie and Cindy's like finances to see if they were helping him get an apartment.
Keeping things hidden. I wonder why.
This is like mind-blowing. So Chris knew, or no, Ronnie and Cindy knew about the affair. They were helping him try to get an apartment. They were trying to help him with that note. That's why that note was made. Because when they talk, it just seems like they're like, Ronnie's pointing the fingers at Shanann too. Oh, she killed her babies and that's why you did this. And that's, I think it's so like staged in the car. I wonder how long it was. Hold on. How long is it from? It was 33 minutes from Denver International Airport to Frederick Police Department. Give or take, depending on traffic and so forth like that. So, I feel like this is like, it's like just there. So why else was Nicole looking up Chris's house? She was Googling Ronnie. What do you guys think about this interview and this kind of dialogue here? Does it show 100% proof that Ronnie and Cindy knew? The way that it sounds, I mean, again, it's with interpretation. That's why I'm asking for your guys' help, because I surely like to know your thoughts. But for me, it makes it sound, the proof is there that they knew about another woman, that he was separating from Shanann. That's why they made the letter. But things went sideways. Chris murdering Shanann. Chris, this is another validation to show, the second validation, that Chris didn't know how the girls were or had died because they were choked. He didn't say that they were smothered until after the confession and the whole court hearings and stuff like that in February, when Tammy and the other guy went to go talk to him in Wisconsin. Please let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Your opinions, your whatever have you. I think we're getting closer and closer, but I still, like, you know how you always say that you go like three steps forward and 2 steps back? I feel like we're doing that. Like we're inching our way there, but it's still taking forever. Again, I thank you guys for being here. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on. We'll see you guys in the next video.